Hey guys, welcome to the channel Health Tricks and Tips in English, the best pregnancy-centric channel. In this video, we will explore about the baby's development in the first 13 weeks of the pregnancy. Now, first 13 weeks is actually the first trimester of pregnancy. That is the first, second, and the third month of the pregnancy. While pregnancy is spanning approximately 40 weeks, we will try to cover week 1 to week 13 of pregnancy. So let us start with the first week of the pregnancy. So initial first 2 weeks are technically not the part of your pregnancy. During this time, the baby is not there in the womb and the conception has not happened. You will be astonished to know that the first week of the pregnancy is calculated from your last menstrual period. That is the first day of your last menstrual period. The first week of the pregnancy starts. When you will be in your second week of pregnancy, the ovulation will be there and the egg will be released from your ovary. So it is actually the second week of the pregnancy when the conception happens. As the egg is released from the ovary and it will travel in the fallopian tube, it will wait for the male sperm. When this female egg will meet male sperm, the fertilization will happen. So this is the very start of the baby formation. That is with the fertilization of the egg by the sperm. Now let us understand what will happen in the third week of the pregnancy. In the third week, the fertilized egg will divide and it will form blastocyst. So the two division of this fertilized egg, one will be called embryo and the other division will form a protective layer outside of the embryo. Now by the end of the fourth week of the pregnancy, this blastocyst will implant itself in the uterine lining and this process is known as implantation. So when this blastocyst will fall in the uterine lining, it will be accompanied with a slight bleeding. This is not every woman would see, but this is usually seen when the implantation happens. So this is actually the time approximately 1 week before your probable period. So it is a big sign to understand that you are pregnant. If before approximately 1 week of your period date, you're seeing this slight bleeding, it is the implantation bleeding and it is a big indication of the pregnancy. Now let us understand what happens in the week 5th to 10th of the pregnancy. This is basically the period when the foundation will be built. This period is known as embryonic period. In this period, the development of the essential organs like the spinal cord, heart, brain of the baby starts developing. By the end of the fifth week, or you can say between fifth to sixth week, the baby's heartbeat will come. This heartbeat can be detected easily in the ultrasound done at this period. This is the time when the placenta forms, and from the placenta, the embryo gets the required nutrients and the oxygen supply. This is a very important time because lots of organs are in formation, and the pregnant woman would require a good rest. The baby's major organs are taking the shape, so pregnant woman needs to be very careful between this period. Now let us understand what happens between the 11th to 13th week of the pregnancy. This period is known as the fetal transition period because as we move into this fetal period from the foundation of the baby period, that is between the 5th to 10th week of the pregnancy, now the embryo transforms into a fetus. So between 11th to 13th week, the fetus experience a rapid formation of the limbs, fingers, legs, hands, etc. This time the baby will start moving very softly, very slowly, and since the baby is very small, very tiny, this movement will not be felt by the mother. By this time, the facial feature of the baby are more defined. So by the end of the 13th week of the pregnancy, the baby inside the womb would be approximately 3 inches in length. Now let us understand what noticeable changes will occur in the pregnant woman. So these are the symptoms of basically the first trimester of pregnancy. So the prominent signs are like the morning sickness, feeling low on energy, the fatigue, and the breast tenderness. The feeling of vomiting will be experienced by some of the pregnant women. So these are very normal aspect of the pregnancy. There is nothing to worry on it. Almost all the pregnant women would feel the same thing. Some pregnant women may feel an aversion towards the food, disliking or the liking towards the food, and the food habits would change. Now, due to the productions of so many hormones in your body like progesterone, estrogen, HCG hormones, there will be behavioral as well as the physical changes that you will notice and try to cope up with all of them because they are quite ordinary. Stick to a balanced diet. By this time, you would have visited your gynecologist and abiding by the diet plan they have prescribed to you. So, friends, this is all about the first 13 week of the pregnancy, what happens with the baby from the conception till the baby reaches 13 week inside the womb. If you found this video interesting, kindly press the like button. If you are watching us first time, consider subscribing us and following us. We will catch up in another video on pregnancy. Till then, peace out. Stay happy. Stay healthy.